I mean, I'm gonna lose frames using After Effects anyways. I don't really. I'd rather just hold this L anyways. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, some jazz in the meantime. I think Take a Shot was put onto the stream library too. I think I did put it in here. Oh, I didn't. I'm trying to make it look like cherry blossoms falling down. That's fine, I guess. Like change something? So thing only comes out, so after this is made, it has to be put into a pre-comp, so the part that I need actually shows up first. Okay. Because this doesn't start flowing until like over here basically. And this is only because this thing is so high up, I guess. Oh. What you need? Ba, 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 ba. Hmm. Some of these have like put extra zeros. Does that make all of it uniform? It doesn't really matter how if I put color on that thing or not, I guess. Yeah. It's too purple. I like how the color came out here. I can also put a glow onto this. Or maybe not. Maybe that one. We'll see what happens. But I just don't like how fast it's going. See, it needs the velocity to scatter out too. That's the other reason why. Inherent velocity doesn't do anything though. Functional axis. Oh, because it's probably pointing a certain way, yeah? Yeah. Yeah. What's this look like? Looks like it's a no grade target up. I gotta save this for another one. Grinding. This has too much of it. Oh. Okay, second one for this one. I guess it's because it's coming out like a cone. This probably makes it go too slow though. Yeah, this makes it goes out too slow and there's too much of it. trying to see what the resistance does though. Resistance makes it go faster somehow. Oh, maybe I should have this open up too. Y'all hear grinding. Thank you. I just don't like how fast this is going. Oh, well, I can change this to third so it's not lagging so much. Actually, technically, this is that's just After Effects lagging. Never mind. Back to shooting bots. It's just falling too fast. This was close. So the thing with this one is that it needs someone needs to be like bigger, I suppose. I'd rather for them to be bigger than smaller. I don't want everything to be like a big old thing. I think it's because it's all like spread out between a cone. Yeah, this was actually kind of cool though. Give some context here. I can even put on pink on pink probably don't work that well. It does melt with this though, so maybe if this was a different color to contrast it. And technically can be green too. Nah, it's not really working that well. It's kind of sad. I mean, this will work better if this had like an actual background to it, but I think all white's probably too much. Nah, it wouldn't work over a solid background. It would work over like a static thing though, I have to believe. The main objective is for it to stand out over a certain type of background. This can't stand over white because this is already a bright value. This can stand over black, but it's not really that captivating. It's unfortunate. I think that's unfortunate, is how fast this thing's moving in the first place. Probably because it's on vortex or whatever. Yeah. If it was slower vortex, what would happen? This is low like snow, but like it's way too much. There you go. Only other issue is that this isn't like flipping, when the particles themselves aren't really moving. Oh, you can. Oh wow, okay. I'm surprised. Well, I'll make a separate one. I'll make a separate one. But so far, it's like that isn't too bad. I like that isn't too bad. I'll make a separate thing and see if I can aim it from coming from the side. Oh, it's probably because the floor is a certain way. Glue? Bounce? You can bounce it back up. It's kind of wild. Bum, 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 bum. Maybe I have it flipped. That's probably my issue. Maybe it's like supposed to be like that. Oh god, it's not supposed to be like that. Well, technically, it'd be about figuring out how to angle this a certain way. I still feel like the floor should be right around here anyways, below the seam. But it doesn't make sense for it to... Oh, what I'm basically saying is, how would I rotate the floor? These are somewhat coming from the side here. They're still falling too fast too. I feel like this would be like animated for something, but I can't tell what exactly would happen. Cause technically you could do this is probably gonna burn my computer too doing this. Technically you can put an extra angle on this with a keyframe. Push it over. So now the animation's kind of like, yeah, some of these are actually like moving kind of harshly. It's not really doing what I thought it would do. I'll put extra in this more. Unless these work like hold frames, so it doesn't really do much. Nah, this dang thing ain't even flipping. This changes what's in the front and back here. This changes how things are kind of spread out. Let's see here. This brings it back and forth. The whole scene back and forth, actually. So from the left here, I thought this here would have made it spin more, but I guess not. Because this extra thing is actually animated, but nothing's happening. Interesting. Technically, I could have just put this on fire and see if that worked. The thing with fire is that it really... Fire usually doesn't like kind of come out like explosions and stuff like that. Fire usually animates in one spot. Yeah, see, this is just going upwards. Yeah, so this is going upwards and floating back up. The thing that could happen technically is this can technically just get flipped. So if I go to floor, after floor, above floor. See, this is only going upwards. Let's see here. Right, see. Yeah, I don't have one that actually like turns this around because of how the because of how the animation it works inherently. Like for gravity to make this go downwards, I think this has to be negative, like how this is. Yeah. See, it's weird because it can go negative, but some of these will still venture off to the side. That's why, because of the floor position. There you go. And these things are kind of coming from the back here, which is kind of weird. I'm making another copy of this. This course puts it back this way, so now they reverse the gravity. But I don't know why it's coming in. You know what? It's coming inward because the producer's right on it. That's probably why. This needs to go back up. The cool thing about this is, let me show you for a moment. Technically, okay, so let's say that we have this going on, right? We put into composition, move the composition forward a little bit so we get to the part where it's actually moving here. Here, composition settings, change this to like maybe 2 minutes so I can actually get like the full thing of it. Change this to 2 minutes, whatever. So as it's moving down, it's moving kind of slow. I can technically move this a little bit faster. You know, I'm turning vortex back on too, so I'm trying to see something. I need to see something. Actually. Yeah, so I don't lose my spot. Dang, you straight up can't even see it. As you can see here from the top view, you can see that everything's basically pouring in, and the part that's actually animating is the part in the top here. So it seems like if you zoom in, let me see here. See if you, it seems like if you zoom in, yeah. So let's see here. Kind of condense it. Condense. Spread this part out a little bit. Alright, this is too much. Let's still go down a bit with it. Get really close with it. And then move the floor down. You can see how this is already. If I increase the X, it'll put more together. If I also do this with the Y, it'll put more together as well too. So you can actually see when it's coming close to the screen like that. Now, what's weird is that even if the gravity was faster, it's not really gonna change much. Now, what doesn't make any sense is why it doesn't like swirl as if it was a vortex. I'll probably have the settings so jacked up. Let me see something. So yeah, it's like going like this basically. I had to pull the texture from the oh, nice. Oh, this makes sense too. What else I did to make it go slower? It's close enough that I was about to do anyways, but what's interesting about this is that oh, let me change this to being black again. Or not black, but like close to black. Off black in a way. So technically this could be hit with the make sure this goes out as far as it's supposed to. Alright, looks fine, looks fine, looks fine. I can put on glow. I don't like this glow. I like the other glow better. This kind of gives it that that sort of like a flower effect I was looking for. Where it's kind of like hot at the edges. It's hot at the edges, but white in the middle. Yeah, that's better. That's better. That's better. That's better. Put off-white again. This could technically be changed to green or any other color too. AB colors. Cool. White. Cool, cool, cool. So this is what it looks like a regular glow. Here's what it looks like with that deep glow plug-in. You know, of course I'll tone it down like around right here. Deep glow usually works like better, looks cooler than regular AA glow, but I mean you can always get like close to it type of thing. It's just that what is it? AE glow kind of just does like a blob instead of doing like a more accurate type of way. I don't know why. Like this doesn't make any sense why it does like a thing here. I mean, if it was possible, I would have put this glow. Let's see here. If it was possible, I would have just put the glow here, and then make everything based off of this glow here. Let me see, source, effects and mask. Yeah, it won't work that way either. That's kind of sad. But whatever. Go back here. So yeah, as I was showing, Yeah. So this little showing is like you can do kind of glow like this, or do glow like this, so whatever. For example purposes, I'm just gonna keep it on glow because I want to kill my engine that soon. Like this is close to it, but the white's too white. You see, like this is close to what the other glow was doing, but it's like too white. If that makes sense. I mean, this kind of works. This kind of works where it was at. Let me check real quick. That's kind of fine. It's gonna. Oh, this is on full. Put it back to. As you can see here, it kind of makes like a kind of makes like a starry type of thing going on because of the echoes. There's something else that's possible. If I would add anything else on top of this, it'll probably be like a blur, so it doesn't look so noticeable. I have the 6 echoes on it. Yeah. Not as if I was gonna do it like this, however. And honestly, this kind of keeps its the glow that it had on it earlier. This kind of keeps it all together in a way. If I were to try it another way, it would technically have been like when they're still close to one another, like this. So now you can kind of see the trails of it coming out. This also looks really cool, but the main thing that's biting at me is that the texture itself isn't rotating. Like this looks cool. Like the only thing I really want to adjust is like the amount of stuff coming on the screen at this point. Like I would turn down the birth rate to have less of them flying around. Basically somebody's wallpaper at this point. The cool thing about this, because of how the system's set up right here, is if I go inside here and I change ooh, I want to do this. I can use this thing that's called True Comp Duplicator. What it does, it yeah, I'll do that actually. I use True Comp Duplicate right now. So I'll duplicate this as a composition, so all of the stuff that I just did stays the same. I'm gonna rename it. Go in the window. TrueComp Duplicator is a plugin. I believe it was free. Basically, what this does, it creates an exact copy of the composition. So if I make any like changes to it, I won't have to show in project. Oh, I can just go here. Cool. Yeah. So duplicate selected. By creating a duplication of this comp, it'll allow me to make changes to it without having to mess up everything else that was going on. Right? Like all of these are like true duplicates of what I've already done. What I'll do for this, the alter. So now cool can still be here, and if I put alter down here, you'll see that alter is also the same. Let's see here. I wonder if I can actually make it. This was kind of deep in there, I suppose. So I'll put it right about. I'll put it right about here. Alright, so jump in alter. I can go back and see like everything that I've already done here. Got the echoes from before. I got this when I add the glow into here. This next layer is where I actually have the birth rate going on here. Let me see. I can change this producer and stuff like that again and get a different effect. I think what I want to aim for is something where you can actually see it like doing what it's supposed to be doing in the first place. Does vortex just go upwards? Yeah, vortex just goes upwards. You know, I think what the issue was the way that this particle was brought in, because it's a textured square, and I don't know if textured disc will actually make it spin or not. I actually probably won't really change much. Holy potato, actually, some of them are actually moving sideways. Yeah. So disc is what I was looking for. Textured disc makes it actually move. That's kind of cool. And this just doesn't have to be pink. It can also be like orange or something like that and still look cool. What I probably change about this is I actually put it with this one. Yeah, I might actually like close it up some more. Yeah, if I really wanted to make it like a certain way, I can kind of open this up like this. But at this point, it kind of reads like a line, anyways. You go like this and turn this down a little bit. Yeah, it's probably too close to it, anyways. That sucks. There's a way for you to. So basically, when you change the echo time in seconds, whatever, you're basically changing like how much this will overlap, whatever, right? Like currently, I have these overlapping a little bit in an echo, which you can't really tell because there's only one of them. When I have multiple ones like this, it makes it look like lines, whatever, falling down. And with these lines, you can kind of tell exactly where stuff is coming from, whatever. This probably looks better because it's the orange, black, and purple sort of color scheme. This actually looks much better as like a color scheme than the other one. My personal opinion. Technically, you can put on glow on top of this, huh? You technically could put deep glow on top of all this too, and really make it look like fireflies in a way. Yeah, that looks much better than whatever glow this is trying to do. I mean, technically, this can kind of do it too. I just have to increase the glow radius. Thing is that you can kind of see what's going on here, whereas if I had it like this, you can't really see. It's like straight up bright. And honestly, seeing that makes me think that this is probably a little too much. I wonder if I can make it like that, but like tone it down. Yeah. So I can make it glow really bright and just tone down the brightness itself. And it's cool the color variation that's coming out of this as well. And, you know, also the fun doesn't stop here either. It doesn't. It really doesn't stop here. It's weird because it's like stuff always builds on top of itself. So technically, let's see. Technically, so I already had like a solid thing going on here. It's like a solid effect or whatever. If I really wanted to like smooth this out a bit, I would add like motion blur so that all these stuff here in the middle doesn't you can't, so you won't be able to see it as well, right? Actually, I'll just turn up decay then. That's what it have to be. Yeah, I'll just turn up the decay. And everything still kept his still color scheme, or whatever. And then also I can put on a Gaussian blur, but like I don't really wanna. I can technically put on a Gaussian blur so that you for sure can't see some of these things here, like here. And then when it goes to full, you still won't be able to see it. You just know that it's doing something. See, when it's in full, most stuff has a Gaussian blur or some type of blur onto it, so that you don't like see like the hard edges and whatnot. So things can kind of like blend in with itself. So if I kept this like how it is like this, and I switch back here, I can still see these pretty like easily, which is kind of not what I'm looking for. So I just add the Gaussian blur on top of it. Now if I add legacy blur on there. Yeah. So yeah, there's this, there's the fax box blur. There's a couple different blurs to use, really. It just really depends on what type of look I'd be going for. Like there's real smooth motion blur, but putting real smooth motion blur on something like this is kind of like asking for trouble, because technically real smooth motion blur like actually like measures like the velocity of stuff and all that stuff, so it actually makes like realistic blur happen here. But no, I'm not trying to kill my computer right now, so I can put like this amount of blur on here. This doesn't hurt the computer too badly, actually it's all right. So when I come here, it's still pretty nice. When I put the full, you know, it still does pretty much what I'm looking for. Honestly, I might tone it down a tiny bit, just enough so that the edges and stuff like that aren't too distracting. All right, so this is a new thing. So now I can do is it optical compensation? You can do optical compensation. So what optical compensation basically does, it kind of warps your view. So if you turn this up a lot, you can kind of make this into like a spear, but realistically speaking, there's like no reason to like make it into a spear like this, because you could just use like CC spear rise or whatever. See, this makes like a disco ball or something like that. What I mean by CC spear rise is that you could technically put CC spear and get the same result. And not only can you get the same result, you can still what you call it? Oh, duh. Because this is technically a 3D object at this point, you can technically turn on a 3D layer like so, and rotate it or whatever. You should have been able to rotate it, unless I'm tripping. Unless I'm remembering this wrong. This is technically a 3D object is what I'm getting at. So I'm assuming that this can be 3D. Maybe I have to add a camera. Maybe it doesn't work because it's a yeah, it doesn't work because it's a composition probably. Yeah, it wouldn't work because it's a composition. That makes sense. Technically, CC Spear Rise was supposed to make it into 3D land, unless I'm remembering it being the spear or the cylinder or whatever. Let me check real quick. Well, some of them actually came with that and not others. Oh, see, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah. This still works, as you can see. Make sure. Yeah. This is like an actual like 3D cylinder that's going on here. And the only way to really realistically move it is with your camera here that you can use in After Effects. Why would you want to use this? I mean, I don't know. Somebody might need to use it. It's always something weird. It's always something weird. Like, it doesn't have like a predetermined use yet, but like when I figure out something, it might be come in handy. Because this is technically like fake 3D in a way. Yeah, and it's basically the thing will still play inside of it as well too, which is kind of cool. And technically all of this can get comped again and then warped again type of thing, so it's pretty cool. But here, take off CC spill in there. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. So some of these actually have things where it makes the comp into a 3D thing. You can tell from this little box that shows up here. Sphere doesn't do that. Back to the optics compensation thing. Technically it makes stuff into like a sphere like this, and as I said before, you can't really look around it because it's not a 3D object at this point. Even if you turned on 3D, it won't really let you look around it. Well, make sure I'm not lying again. Let me see. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, it's still a 2D object, so can't really do anything about it. So what you can do is inverse it, and when you inverse it, because of how the thing's working, you can kind of get like a sort of like a futuristic effect going on, right? Because what this basically does is that it pins the screen around the middle of it, of the composition like this. It kind of stretches it, so you technically can get like a Star Trek type of thing going on. And you know, it's gonna look weird because it's like a falling element inside something else, and there's like black in the center. But you can technically like move this around if you wanted to. Like if I wanted to move around to the side here, I could. And see, it kind of goes off like this. So the cool thing about this is that you could technically make keyframes for it going in. Is this my stream playlist? Oh, this wasn't the stream playlist. This is like, oh, that's not good. I was wondering why it was like playing like songs, other songs, whatever. Well, this thing got demonetized. You hate to see it. It was playing songs I haven't heard before either. That's why I was kind of confused. I was like chilling. I'm like, oh yeah, cool song. Whole time. I don't even know that you're getting canceled. I don't think a Shimmer Bond Show song came on either. I hope not. They will actually copyright strike me, most likely. So yeah, as you can see here, it makes like a it goes from being like kind of outwards, and when it comes inwards, it kind of pins everything in the middle here, and everything kind of conforms to it. Which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now what would have been better is if I was able to get this to kind of rotate in a way, because then at that point it would be like an actual like deal or whatever, right? The closest thing to rotating it was like what I had on before, which was the cylinder, but realistically speaking, it doesn't I wouldn't be able to kind of keep the same quality. whatever, right? And it makes like these hard seams here. There's no like blending in here. It's kind of weird. Yeah, this seam here is killing me. So it's like there's no real point in using it. I mean, you could use it for like something like minimal, but for the most part, you wouldn't want to use something like this. Because even if this was put on full, it still looks cruddy. From full to third, it still looks pretty bad. If it was at 100. This is like the closest I can probably get to like fake VR, but even if I did this, you can you'll immediately be able to see the stuff here. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. So go right here. Obnoxious stream hours. You'll love to see it. Just don't have the grind set. So technically this thing can rotate, but you won't really be able to tell the difference. It's kind of goofy. Oh man. I'm trying to think of any way else I can actually reuse this. It's weird because it's like you would think that just going straight to warp would make it like what you would think it would be like any sort of warp or whatever, but like all these warps are basically kind of garbage unless you like unless you know something specific with these. You can't really get anything like genuinely unique without like this looks kind of unique because it's like all swirled around. And it works for if so that's what I was about to say. These warps are working because this layer itself is transparent. If this was like an actual image or something like that, then or actual background or video, then the whole video itself would curve and whatnot. As you can see here, it does the same thing. The only reason why you can see the edges here are because of these glows. Like if it wasn't glowing, you most likely wouldn't be able to see this because everything that's locked in here is only the it's only the glow in this. So if I go back here, you won't be able to see it. So technically this is the type of thing you would add glow is the type of thing you could probably add at the very end so that it doesn't do what it just did. Right here. I can technically just add it here. Oh. And now that it's on here like this, it won't clip out as much as it was before. Now it's like this, I can kind of try these other ones here too. Fisheye isn't too bad because it makes like a makes it curve whatever in front of you a bit. And what would be really cool is if let's say for example you had like a character or something in the middle of this, like in the composition below this or whatever, and their head has that warp effect or has that fisheye effect or whatever going on with it. Of course it's gonna After Effects will usually be lagging or whatever because of how intense things can really get. And you can change your thing from horizontal, vertical, and all that. Like vertical squeeze here wouldn't be too bad because it kind of like keeps it in a specific spot here. And honestly speaking, imagine like having like a stage whatever set up here, right? Imagine having a stage set up here in the middle. This can technically work as like a backdrop or something, which is pretty cool. Ooh, also been cool is if I could get the glows from this to kind of affect an object in front of this. I don't have the ability to create characters, so I'm not going to sit here and copyright something off the bat. But that's one of the reasons why I wanted to learn how to draw characters and stuff like that, so I can at least put some stuff together. And what's cool is that this is even it. Well, technically this is how it would be like as close as you can get to like being something like really unique. If I really want it to kind of like bend a certain way or be a certain way, I could still bend this, and then I can add a solid on top of this so that I can for sure stay I forgot what it's called. It's cut. No. Is it a warp? Let me see if it's a warp or not. It's not a warp. Well, yeah, it's not a warp. It's not a warp. It's a transition though, I believe. Yeah, it was a transition. It was CC Jaws. Technically you CC Jaws here. You get straight black lines in here. No. We kind of get like some cinematic thing going on here. The only part that's killing me is this thing isn't really rotating right. Or how much this is squeezed. Oh, this is kind of cool too. What the heck? It's like a spaceship or something shooting stuff out, coming down. You already know the strats. Making the coffee just in case. You can see the thing is that this looks cool and this isn't even in like full form. There's no point in me putting this in full. There really is no point in me putting this in full, but that's just what was kind of cool about it. If I really wanted to make this connect at the top here, I can try a motion tile, but I don't think motion tile would technically work in this situation. No, it wouldn't work in this situation because motion tile. Well, it's like this. Like if motion tile would have worked, yeah. If it would have worked, it would have to be before the warp, and then it would have to be on like mirror edges or something like that. When it's like this, you can kind of see like everything going on, right? It's kind of distracting. Technically, we can zoom in a bit then. See, this is one of the goofiest parts about this, because this is an effect. This still is like a raster technically, so it's not gonna be like full quality by me zooming in here. And technically, me zooming in here isn't really portraying the squeeze that's going on here, like the real bend that's going on here. And that's the other thing that's crazy about this is like there's still so much more that can be, like technically be done to this scene to make it have like a certain look to it or whatever. Like right now, the main sub is just this thing falling because I don't really have anything else. If I had something else coming in here, I would have like killed like most of this here. Like all these little flowers and stuff like that coming on here, it would have been like way less than this. It would have been like I mean, I'd probably have at least that much. Yeah, it would have been about like this much on here, and then I would have had to tweak this some more to get like all of this like spread out some more, which would have been radius. Yeah, it would have been radius. I mean, I could have kept it like up to 1 or whatever, 0.6 whatever. But this would have had to spread out, and then this would have had to spread out to give let me see here. X brings everything together horizontally. Y brings everything together like that. And we'll just have to push this higher then. It would have been about like this, and then gravity would have had to been like, yeah, maybe the velocity would have been lower. It's like destructive editing at this point, but probably this stretch is probably too much. That's if I decided to use like black bars. If I didn't use black bars here, I mean another option would have been to use let me see here. It would have been to use this black thing here. Like make a mask out of everything. The only thing I don't like about this is how yeah, it was just how harsh the black was. And technically, what would also happen is you could add Gaussian blur to this as well too, so that the edges get blurred out, so that the main focus could be here in the middle. See, even in full, you can see what's going on here. You can see that this part right here is more you can see the thing, yeah, if I turn warp off. But technically I want warp on, so this can kind of like have a little bit more variety. That if I turn off motion tile, Okay, turn off motion style. That's the other thing. Yeah, make sure you do like small optimizations or whatever. Set your thing is always cool. Save. Whoop. Whoop isn't doing much, so you can keep that off. Use keyword. But yeah, it's a bunch of cool stuff you can do. Other thing you can do after all of that as well. I'll turn this back down to the third. Take this off. This is the copy version of it, right? Yeah, I remember this one. Maybe that one. CK. Make a kaleidoscope of it. And this looks dope. Holy crap. This is like mid it's gonna be like a mid something or whatever. See like there's so many ways to really distort stuff where it makes some pretty cool things. Other thing is that this isn't really the end of it because you can kind of like spin it around and whatnot. You kind of go like this. And spin it around this way. Yeah, this looks pretty hot. Looks pretty hot. And if I wanted like more elements in here at the same time, then I'll add like more stuff flying down. I wonder how this would have been affected. I don't think this is bad. It's just like it needs to feel more airy. Like this thing right here by itself is fine, but I guess it needs like something else with it. This as like a falling thing with animation wasn't too bad. I say that as it like chugs along and showing me like individual frames where you can see the fly. Let's see, and this one didn't look too bad either. CC. I can do the same thing for this one as well too. And because this one actually has like a multiple ones of them and like different opacity, it makes one like a more kind of like a different thing like this, which is pretty cool too, especially with the black bars in here. It's kind of crazy. A lot of these are coming out kind of crazy now that I think about it, because a lot of stuff, a lot of like simple animations can get like very can like actually like start standing out more when you start adding like the right stuff to it. Like take this animation for example. Like this still works with the black bar, but me personally, I probably wouldn't really use it because this works for like a car commercial or something like that technically. Well, that's because I have the Oh, it's because I have the gradient on it. I have the vignette on here too. Yeah, vignettes be working out sometimes. So vignettes be working overtime. Now, if I was like really going ham with this, it would like be some way for me to like rotate this without like messing up everything else. So I'm going to make another copy of this. I'll call this the rotate version. So, let me see here. If I were to rotate this, what would have to happen is like, so this thing can still like spin around on its own, if I remember correctly. I think it should still be allowed to spin around and all that. It should still be allowed to spin around, however. But what would need to happen is outside of all of that, this would need to have motion tile with mirror's edge, and you have to extend the boundaries a bit, and you should be able to rotate this with this now without clipping out of bounds, whatever. Oh, this is phase, not rotate. Um, I'm clicking the right one. Oh, it's probably because I actually have the thing on here like that. Yeah, so I haven't really thought about that. Like, this could technically have been like black in middle, and then the purplish thing on the bottom too. I might change this to a quarter so I can actually see what's going on. Yeah. I don't know if I've dropped frames yet. I haven't even dropped any frames yet. It's like my CPU's like tanking all of this. Yeah. So motion graphics like this is like pretty simple. Pretty simple. It's like been like an hour or whatever. It's like everything like builds on top of itself. It doesn't really take well, I guess it takes like a creative eye to a certain extent, but I've been around here just flopping around fighting for my life. I didn't really expect to get a result like this. I just know like certain stuff could be used together. Like this part right here, pretty cool. Pretty cool, because this is basically that echo thing that was happening earlier, and everything else kind of coming together at the same time and spinning out like that, or right? Because this is in flower form, most of these things here kind of look like rectangles, so you can kind of play this off as being a dance floor too. So it's like kind of crazy like how certain stuff can like play out. See, some of these things like make like pretty cool screenshots if I wanted to. Yeah, if I wanted to gel, if I wanted to bait everybody and say, "Oh yeah, Dunkaholic Dom's coming back," wherever, I would definitely do stuff like this. Like just drop, drop a bunch of stuff with like no context whatsoever. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. This already looked pretty cool. And then if I had did let me see here. If I had did wheel, so wheel for me is more like a quick transition type of effect or whatever. I wouldn't really use this as like a visual type of deal, right? Starfish here is kind of like flower, but basically starfish kind of just puts everything together, like really fills the screen in a way. Flipper is the same thing with wheel, because the thing is like the way some of these things flip, it brings like a sense of not vertigo, but it gives a sense of like messes with like your gyro or whatever. I don't know. Like when your eyes see something flipping a certain way, or whatever, like really fast. Like if this is flipping like this, or whatever, like kind of fast. Like hold on, I can make it into animation, I think. So if this was like this, so. Yeah, so if this flip like for like half a second, yeah, let me do it like this then. So this will be right here. This would be the regular flower. Yeah. That actually goes too fast, but whatever. Yeah, this is actually just gonna make it go faster. The other issue is that this thing doesn't have a background, so it's a transparent thing, so it's not really going to how you say, like really look like that much different from the other one. Like even if I tint this, when I tint this tint only affects only affects the object itself. If this thing had a background, you can actually tell the difference. The thing here, I can add a background in here, but like realistically speaking, like this alone ain't really gonna change much. Like how this is right now. To be frank with you, this would kind of be like downright annoying or whatever because of how white it is. Chance. Technically, won't this still work this way? Yeah, whatever. But I guess it would work better if it wasn't a PNG or something like that. If it wasn't transparent, it still stands though. It would look cool if it was fast, but it needs to be implemented a certain way for it to look like watchable. Anyways, taking this one off. So off. The other ones you can technically use in here is like Diacross. Diacross is kind of like this other one that's up here, Unfold. But Unfold goes from the middle, Diacross goes from like the side or whatever. Like these that just looks pretty cool by itself. And then whenever you add like rotation on top of it or whatever, and like all the other like the actual background or whatever in here, it looks pretty cool. Oh yeah, I just realized, because as I said before, because these are all transparent basically, and these all like don't have like its own background on layer, they can layer on top of each other, right? And because these are all like the same animation anyways, it can kind of like mimic itself. The only issue is no, I don't know how this is supposed to work. Technically, this is the same one that's out here. But when you update the one that's here, it doesn't update the other one. I don't get it, but that's like one of those if you went to go take like an After Effects like training course or whatever. No, like a quiz show. This will be one of the questions. If you make another comp of the same thing or whatever, and you keep the same thing within the main comp, and you change the thing that's inside of a comp, does the main thing change while it's inside the main comp? No, it does not. It's like, it's complicated or whatever. So what's happening here is both of these things playing at the same time, because normally it's just this, because this is what I just made or whatever, and it just doesn't have a, it didn't line back up to like the center, I guess. What the? It didn't line back up to the center. Technically, you can have this other one in here too. The only time that it'll start posing a problem is if there was too much stuff on the screen to begin with, right? So as you already remember, this thing starts with like maybe like one petal falling down, and then everything else falls down right afterwards. So that's like the only part that would be kind of weird here. And then around here is when a lot more stuff starts falling back down. So of course, you know, stuff like that can happen, right? But yeah, the main reason why I wanted to get into animation, like some other stuff, is so I can get out of like doing, you know, stuff like this. Stuff like this is cool, but like if you can't do much else besides this, it kind of like ties you down, whatever, right? Let me see here. Besides this being orange, I want this to be like another color, so I'm gonna change that right now. I'm gonna make a true composition of this. Let's see, duplicate selected. Because this thing actually rotates as well. Anyways, take this off right here. Okay, so what I was gonna do here was change this from being orange to being blue. Oh, I put the glow on the next layer over. This, so then maybe it's down here. Yeah, this is the main one here. This all can technically still be blue. When we come back out here, oh wow, it becomes pink. Oh, so it changes here? Somewhere around here is changing colors. I'm gonna find where. Oh, well, I added glow on top of glow, I guess. I don't know when I did that, but I guess it's makes more sense now. I was gonna come back here. See, now this makes like a sort of like echo wispy. That's how much like color design, all that can kind of change the thing, whatever. And I can even say that this looks kind of muted. And if I wanted to add more, like, you know, brightness to it, I technically could up this. But even that's not really changing anything. Let's up this. I technically come back out here and do another one. That probably was going to have to happen here. Add a glow to it. It's not this one, it's the other glow. Here. Yeah, if this was like an actual project, I wouldn't be like this sort of like messy with it. It would Original colors. But if it's taking original colors, I don't get it. If it's taking original colors, shouldn't it be blue? It's kind of weird. No, is this blue not blue enough for you? I guess it's not. It's just straight up not blue enough. That's weird. Oh, you know what? No. I think it's the right layer. Cause it's like weird. Cause it's like if I really wanted this to be brighter, I technically could just throw this on top of it, but that's like too bright. If I go here and composite like brightness and contrast on the top layer here, this could kind of help it, but like I don't know. It just seems dark. It seems like it's too whatchamacallit. Yeah, and as I was saying before, you know, just jump back in here. If I want to change this from being unfold, I can change it to being like a fish head here. And realistically speaking, the main way to change like how this is flowing is if you change the main animation of it and the way that it's flowing or whatever, right? Like if I go down to here, and let's say that these weren't falling down, let's say these were falling the opposite direction, or maybe they're falling like into each other, that's another way to like kind of change like how this echo thing will work, or another way to change how the kaleidoscope thing will work. Eventually, I have to retreat before the sun comes out, but we'll see what happens. If anything, I think it would be cooler if the flowers and stuff like that are coming from the outside in. I mean, from the inside out. And honestly speaking, you know, I think I can well, let me see here. If this was not rotate, well, let me see here. Die across is fine, but I kind of like this one better. Like this. Then I can still add some rotation to this, whatever. Here, you see motion, motion tile. Mirror. And do echo on top of all of that. Yeah, you can add echo on top of this already too. Only issue is that this becomes way too bright. But these make some pretty cool keyframes though. Taking pictures. They're be doing the same thing at Monster Hunter. Just be taking pictures of different things that come out. It always be something random coming out of this program, bro. And cool, like I actually got something I was looking for. So the cool thing about this here, like this really can be like pushed even further beyond. I can add that optics compensation thing I was talking about earlier, and this is in a quarter resolution. So when this is in full, I think it loses its blurriness. Maybe if it keeps its blurriness, then this is also like automatically like really good. Yeah. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine in full. This is fine in full. Okay. As you can tell, it just takes a while to render out because there's like a bunch of effects stacking onto each other itself. It's like 2 echoes stacking into itself actually. Yeah. You know, if I can really change, if I really want to change anything, I would change like how these things are coming out. Because I don't like how like infrequent it is. Okay, let me I'll go in and I'll make this bigger size. Remember, After Effects is a timid person. You better be careful with the way you touch this. You touch this the wrong way, you're gonna find yourself missing like 5 minutes of work or 20 minutes of work. Always a safety save before doing anything rational. Some of these frames here are pretty cool too. If I could really add anything, I would add like grain on top of all this or overlay. Bonk. This seems like grunge or something on top of it. See, the other thing is that I would add more stuff on top of or below this here, so it doesn't have like parts in here where it's like kind of blank, like this part right here. I could, let me see. How about instead of this just being straight up black, I Make this second one flower. Yeah, offset it a bit. Yeah. And this is just to cover up it being like weirdly gone. That'll work. So now it doesn't have that gap there anymore. Yeah, remember there's like a lot of effects going on here, so it's like my computer is like fighting against it. It's fighting it and streaming at the same time. Oh, pain. I could have sworn I had oh, it's because I had it on a grid style. I need to say this is grunge. Something. I always be looking for this one. Oh my god. I just changed this. I literally just changed this file location. Get out of here. Whatever. I'll just knock it out. That you put a overlay on this, and now you got like some creepy pasta thing going on here. You can even animate the freaking you can even animate the metal thing here that's going on. Actually, I'll see something real quick. Fucking jamming out at this point. Golly. kind of messed it up. I messed it up again. I think I'm supposed to put quotations in here. Oh, the. There you go. Is that the wrong one? Oh, so only this dark frame is when it'll. These other ones makes it too dark. Makes sense. Yeah. So, this can still be put into add, but this frame right here needs to be taken out with this one. Like a different one, whatever. Something that's not as bright or whatever. Other thing is that this can also have like posterized time on top of it or whatever. There's frames in here where this doesn't have the thing on it. Frame 10. Other things that this can kind of be toned down a bit. So yeah, for stuff like this, is just like when you start adding a whole bunch of stuff on top of itself at the same time, it makes everything like start rolling a lot slower. That's why when it comes to like heavy effect videos and stuff like that or whatever, it's like a pain to make because it's it takes a while for stuff to even come out. And like retest things, see what works and what doesn't work. Like even if I'm on quarter resolution, this is still gonna take like a while for it to like really like render out. And this is just for the motion. Like forget about seeing like what this actually looks like in color, because well, I'll put the full. Yeah, it'll look pretty. Yeah, it'll look pretty like pasty in color or in full here. And I just probably gotta add like a Gaussian blur or something to knock it out type of thing. That or like kind of pixelate some of it. And realistically speaking, I mean, I'm not built that way. I mean, the closest thing that I can get to like having this stuff kind of like being different colors or whatever is I could do a 4-color gradient. Let me see. Add a layer. Probably has to be an adjustment layer now that I think about it. I can do a 4-color gradient for this. And then have it kind of yeah, put it on multiply or whatever. Only thing that would be kind of weird is like trying to cool. Cool. because all these things that are here are all white basically. So some of these blending modes that work on white, like how like soft light works on it, or how like color dodge and all this other stuff works on it, like it'll be able to make like certain type of colors. Like this sort of makes kind of like that rainbowish type of thing I was looking for. And when I put on full, I think it still will. I think it will have like too much detail though. Yeah, it looks too smooth. I mean, a way to kind of combat stuff looking too smooth is you add a you can add grain on top of all of it. Let me put it down here. 1, 2. You can add grain to kind of like keep it from looking too smooth. Grain or noise will work basically here, but just a certain amount of it will help it not look like too high quality or too smooth. And that's if you want like all this color and stuff like that in there too. I mean, this is what I was talking about. It's literally just random frames in here, or like in some stuff I make, or whatever. It kind of like looks like it's part of something else, type of thing. Oh, is that the one that breaks the camel's back? I was just taking a picture, After Effects. Come on, don't do this to me. It probably will crash on me. It's thinking about it. It's really thinking about crash on me right now. Even if it crashes on me, it's not like I'm gonna stop it. I'm not like gonna beat its butt or anything like that. I can't really do anything about it. Oh, we back online? Okay. So it look like, can I see that? I had to take the picture at least. Yeah, this was kind of cool. I forgot if I think this is part of the same comp because I didn't really move anything else around. Yeah, the only thing I really added was that color. If I didn't want that color in there, I can just take color out. So I think it's not. It's this one. Yeah, if I wanted to color out like how this is here, it was pretty cool still by itself. And the other thing, because this is black and white basically, it can overlay on top of some other footage. So like this whole composition technically can overlap in another one. So if I did new comp, let's say I brought in let's say I brought in this other animation I made. Actually, I can't put on that as copyright. No, I'll put on who. Yeah, I can put in who. I made it as an MOV. Why was this MOV? Oh. Oh, cool. I actually made an MOV. Cool. Okay, so this is something else that I made like some other day, some undisclosed time amount ago. I could have sworn I made this like last week or something like that. I don't know. I think the main one was called Comp 1. Yeah, it was. So technically, take like this other thing I made here, right? The Eurobeat song. I'm gonna mute it real quick so I don't get copyrighted. I can drop that comp in here because this is the same comp that I was working on earlier, right? If I was really being specific, I would take out the black bars and all that too. But for the most part, I'm just gonna put on the ad, because what can happen here is that those things that were like swirling around before can kind of like go on top of all this here. You won't see it on over white, but you'll see it over black here, right about here. Yeah, right around here is when you can kind of see it or whatever. So I can overlay the white that was going on, that was flashing around on the video over another video. See, now this makes me wonder if this video would have worked better with like black bars on it. I have the OG file of it, but I don't feel like re-rendering it out just to put the effect over it a certain way. Yeah, most of the time when you're editing, most of the time is literally spent on watching this thing render out, bro. So you can kind of like look over, look back, see what's working, what's not working, type of thing. The video that's below it's like something that's already been rendered, so it's not that hard on the system. But all this other stuff, because it's like rendering real time over this, it takes a while. It's interesting because like I think this would have worked because it's like a dance, it's like a dance type of thing going on in the video. But like I think, let me see here. I think the kaleidoscope that's going on is going to be a distraction from the text because they're both the same color anyways. And if it was a different color, I don't know if that would help it or not. Man, my computer's fine for its life to render this. It's like rendering like half a frame a second. I didn't even think this was possible. Man, the only thing that's really bothering me is like how weird the lighting is. Some parts of this looks like it's like some parts in here look like it's where it's supposed to be at, type of thing. And mind you, this is at quarter res, bro. This is even at full. Like at full, this will probably take even longer to render out. It's kind of weird. There's just not that many effects. Well, it's not that many effects. There's a bunch of effects on here. I'm assuming the professional workflow is to like kind of render stuff out individually so that it doesn't bog down your system each time. Because every time this plays back, that particle systems thing that's going on is being re-rendered or whatever too in real time. So this would have worked. This 100% could have worked with that thing I made before. But if I ever decide to like finish whatever this was going on here, whenever I get better at animation or whatever, I will definitely consider like putting whatever happened today onto it. course, it's gonna be like visual overload, but you know, whatever. It's like I would play it, but like it's gonna be choppy anyways. That's the only thing that's kind of sad about this. All right, it's already 6:30, so about to wrap this up soon. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that's really like bugging me about the animation thing. Before we wrap it up, we probably got the draw or something like that. Kind of sad days. Yeah, see, look, all these different things are kind of like pushed into itself here at the top here. It all started from like one of the random ones that I made of this, then went to other stuff. The altar, warp, comp one. And that's what another thing that's kind of crazy is that in this first comp here, there's still all that other stuff I made. Like these ones here, these are all still here. Is this the rapping one? Oh, this is the rapping one. This is when I turned it to a kaleidoscope. And technically all that could have been changed to a different color too to kind of fit a different mood. Only thing this one, I can add it now actually I remember. It was this was supposed to be faded spears. Or these were supposed to be disc or whatever. So they can actually like spin and rotate and all that. Well, not really spin and rotate, but at least look like falling the same way. This will also have to be transparent a bit because of if it's like an overlay or something. Yeah, 33 should be fine for it. You say watch stream and you see like cherry blossoms coming out of nowhere, you'll know why. Oh, I wanted this loop. It's technically not difficult to make this loop. I just don't know if I can do this and draw before 7. I'll always try. Well, let's say I like what's going on here, right? I'm gonna keep it at 100% opacity so I can actually see what's going on. Is there anything else I would add to this? Probably not. Oh wow, you can actually change the rotation speed in here because I have the disc on it now. What? Yeah, you use this. Just needs to be textured disc, wherever, so this thing can actually rotate. Cool. I'm gonna make it into its own composition. Ring up like comp 3 or whatever to do it. Use maybe 20 seconds to do it. So what happens here, I'll fast forward right about here. So as you see here, this is the part where cherry blossoms and stuff like that start flying on the front from the screen, whatever, right? If I want this to loop, technically I take a random frame from over here and kind of blend it together with the next one, whatever, right? I would want to make this loop kind of, I'm kind of lazy. I don't want to like going like super specific, so I'll just put it at 30. I put it in the 30, whatever, right? You take like, supposed to take like maybe I can take it right around here because this is actually full too. So make a duplication of it. You take a duplication of it. I'll change this composition settings to being no. It could be at 30. It can be at 30. Technically, I don't really need the start of this during stream. So if I just want them to like fall randomly like this, I can kind of just do it like that. The main idea with a loop is so that it feels like seamless whenever it like comes back around, whatever, right? It just looks like it goes on infinitely. Usually you would want this to start like at the end here. Like I know like the cherry blossoms around here is when it's like kind of stops doing what it's got to do. So then I come over here, I bring this one right here. Yeah, actually I'll just bring everything over here anyways. So it's going. And then whenever this other one comes in, as you can see, it makes an offset or whatever, right? What you'll want to do is kind of make this other one come on. You're gonna want to pick a spot when this other one's going where it doesn't like stick out too much, whatever, right? Like for example, if I had picked this part here in the front, it kind of blends in with what's going on already. But what needs to happen is like it needs to how you see here, these ones that are in the front here, this layer here would have had to fade off, because by the time this other one starts coming out, the second layer here, it becomes too crowded on the screen. So that's why I'm picking like a spot in here where like they're already on the screen. Like this is already on the screen. So I go right here. I can show this right here, right? So what's really supposed to be happening is that you're trying to aim to make this blend with the one that's below it or whatever, right? And it's kind of like a tightrope in a way, because if you do this the wrong way, you'll look like this, like ghosting, like it'll look like really like ghosty, if that makes sense. So if I were you, I would like kind of like you can put one, like this one's gonna stay at 100% and go down to 0% or whatever, right? This is like the first one that goes on. By the time this first one comes off, whatever, this one here is gonna be taking the place of it, basically like this. But because this thing kind of pops out of nowhere, this also needs to fade, right? So if you kind of do a lazy job of it, this will happen. It'll kind of like, you'll see some of these in half because they're both like in the same frame rate or whatever, and it'll fade in like this, and then all these ones that are here will just straight up just disappear for no reason. So you can kind of write this one out a bit. Also, is this the thing that's gonna crash AE? Is this really the thing that's gonna crash AE? Are you serious? After all the nonsense I did earlier, this is what's gonna crash it? Oh, it's a sad song too. Oh man. Oh my god, this is what crashes AE. All there is pain. There is no fun. There's only pain here. Oh. Oh. You see this? Can I just ignore it? I guess I have this in there report. Pain. It's so sad. It's so sad. Why I gotta crash like that? You can't even crash a manly way. Oh. It doesn't even want to come off the screen either. It's so sad. This really is so sad. Let me switch thing here. Oh, I guess he's basically the same thing anyways. So tragic. So tragic. I gotta go out like that. Pour one out. One hour ago. Nah, people on stream, I know you saw me saving like throughout that whole thing. When it says 1 hour ago, what it's really saying is go find the original file of it. This isn't the original file. The original file is like some autosave file, whatever. Yeah, see, look, this is really, yeah, this is so tragic. Really so tragic. Remember to always have your autosaves pushed the right way. I don't even know how. Okay. Oh yeah, this is like around when I was explaining how the opacity shift or whatever. Ideally, you would want to find a spot where both of these line up, so you can loop it again and like just do the opacity dance or whatever. But as you can tell, I mean, it's really good luck trying to find a spot where these are actually going to align with one another, especially when there's like foreground elements in here too. No, it's most likely not gonna happen. That's why you're gonna have to like do the this probably isn't a bad frame to do it on. This is why you're gonna have to like actually like time this out in a way, or fade it in a way. Oh, this is a song. The reason why I even started doing this, Cherry Blossoms. See, because the other issue is that there's spots in here where it should be Cherry Blossoms, and there's just a big gap in here. So this needs to go like a little bit further out, I guess. All right. That should be fine. You can kind of go for the quick switch if you wanted to. So nobody's gonna notice, right? Yeah. Everybody's gonna notice this. This is just straight up jittery. Notice that part is that you can't really like. You can offset this a bit. That'll be another thing that probably could work. If it takes too long to go as well, maybe this is a little bit better. Let's see. Because it do the same action that crashes. Sometimes it be crashing for like stupid reasons. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll try it from the start too. I mean, this is another way to do it. We've been able to do it before for other stuff too. It's probably because it's like covering the whole screen type of thing. That's probably the other reason why. Yeah, it's covering the whole screen, so it's like kind of weird. What's cool? I technically can do a. I technically could do a gradient wipe here. Scale wipe. No, that's a stretch. That's another thing I didn't show y'all. I probably should have scale wiped that that thing we were doing earlier. What wipe? 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 I guess it was. Was it a? Was it a gradient wipe? Oh, oh, you already know it. always keep watch. Always keep watch, just in case. Wait, oh, this is Dunkaholic. But this is Eurobeat Dunkaholic. If I put it in there, I'm assuming that it's okay. I had to think about it because I was like, I mean, sometimes I be. Oh, let's move up this like this. Technically, you can do a gradient right because these are like individual starts. And you just go up there like that. I think the linear wipe and this at the same time shouldn't be too bad. It's not, it shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, because it kind of hides this falling back in the background or whatever. This opacity trick is more used for like live footage type of thing, whatever. That's all I was trying to show it. I think with this opacity should still be 100. And technically, this will probably fade a little bit better. Mostly because this is like behind this layer or whatever. And as far as like this like being like a true loop. I mean, let me see here. Did I do this right? Yeah. So technically, it will just be from here to here type of thing. Because the main objective is to get to the same spot that you are over here. Huh. You know what? You know what? What should have happened was that when this goes up, this should have had they should have had the same time frame. I was trying to remember what it was. Is that like this literally has to have like when it starts again, it needs to be at a similar time or whatever. So 1717. So this shouldn't be coming in until like right about here. There you go. So now when you have it at 1717, when it like fully fades back in here, this will create a perfect loop. What also happens here is oh, it just needs to yeah, this needs to be like right about here. It should already have the stuff out. Oh. Yeah. So this composition should end like right about here. Right about here. So when this loops, it'll look the same. I think the only issue is that this has a I think it's okay for this to end at 16 though. Like a frame before it. And so the different thing will let me go right here. Yeah. Yeah. So the main thing is just making sure that this part right here doesn't cut off too early. Oh, you know what? Does this have that other thing on it still? No, it doesn't. So maybe, yeah. Around here is when it can start fading out then. I think it needs to fade out the opposite way so this doesn't look that weird. And as I said before, if I really wanted to like kind of fix the amount that's on there, because right now there's like a ton of them on there, I just reduce the birth rate in here. Right now I'm just viewing to see if it looks better for I was like faded down or faded upwards. Right now this one faded down, and the only way you can really tell if it's phased down is if you're looking at the top when they're coming down. Realistically, all of this is gonna be like faded anyways. It's kind of whatever is going on, it's all gonna get faded anyways. So, oh, I like this song too. Dun 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 dun. Radio, please. I'm kind of like this. I know this has its own thing on like YouTube Music as well too. So I'm like wondering why does this not get copyright striked either? No, if this one gets copyright strike, by all means, I'll take it each stream. I will literally tank this every stream. I don't care. The only thing that's kind of reading me out is like the spacing here. There's some of these are the small ones in the background. Maybe that birthing thing wasn't the right option. Let's see. Radio, please. The real test is around here. Yeah. I guess it would make more sense if it was the opposite way, because then I can play it off as the thing coming up. See, the only issue is that the ones on top here, they don't come down fast enough. Mommy. And all this is on alpha layer too, so whenever I export it, it'll just basically be a stream overlay. So if we take like uh mm, all these check. I don't think I have any like me stream stuff on my thing at the ready. I don't think I have any streams on here. Oh. Oh, well, let me check my thing real quick. DD draw. So it should be under this one. This is from like a previous stream or whatever. But it's a big file. So I don't know if it's gonna like straight up crash at you. Yeah. Let's take this previous stream for example, whatever, right? Maybe. Yeah. So now you can kind of see like what I was talking about. Oh, duh. Trim comp to work area. Comp, new comp. Together. Here, you'll see this being in here like that. Loop blossom. Here's a loop. Nope, that's not the loop. Loop. It's like 19 seconds long. If this is put on the same things I did earlier, which was I did time and time remapping. Is it not gonna let me touch it? Cool. I guess I got the loop down by 7. See, the sun's already coming out. I already feel like I'm burning. Eventually these so as you can see, this is kind of distracting or whatever. So what I can also do is just lower the opacity of it, maybe by like half, or maybe up to like 36 or something like that. 36 is probably fine. I don't know. Beyond this is like viewer discretion whether or not I want to add like Gaussian blur to like really blur it in with the what's going on in the back. Oh, Dom streaming within a Dom stream. If only I had the other camera on. But I would do that. However, that would require me to plug stuff, and I don't feel like plugging stuff, and the stream's about to end like the next couple minutes anyways. So yeah. So basically, I'm saying that this can work on top of here, and you won't really be able to tell that this is looping anyways. It's a bunch of flowers on the screen, so that was the main thing I was going after in the stream. I just took this sidetrack thing here because it looked kind of cool. Ooh, yeah. Whoever having the comp one, it's a good question. Yeah, comp one got turned into a whatchamacallit thing here. Might still have that stuff that we were doing earlier in here. This One of these here. Yeah, this one here. And I said I think I didn't want the. I think I didn't want the what you call it in here. Yeah, this thing's still in here. So, oh, that was pretty cool. All right. Thank you for showing by your screen. It's 7 o'clock. We gotta go out of here. Oh, we gotta leave. Oh, we gotta leave for the. Oh, okay.